Hello, Patriots. So today we are going to start our journey on recognizing multiple transformations. We're going to do more than one thing, more than one transformation at a time to get to a desired outcome. But before we do that, what we're going to do is look at identifying single transformations. How did I get from a pre-image to an image? That's what we're going to do right now. So what I would like you to do is pause the video, scroll down to the question below, and I want you to match each geometric term with the single word that best describes it in English. So after you've done that, now let's name the transformation that maps ijk onto I prime, j prime, k prime. Remember, what this means is we are starting at ijk, we're going to start at ijk, and we're going to go over to I prime, j prime, k prime. So what I do is I start always with the translation. A translation is easiest to identify. So remember, a translation slides, you should have picked slide on question number 1, it slides a pre-image onto an image. And if we look, I slides to the left to get to I prime, J slides to the left to get to J prime, and K slides to the left to get to K prime. This is a translation. Let's find the transformation that takes CDE in black, and puts it onto C prime, D prime, E prime in blue. Okay, so I'm going to ask, is it a translation? Can I just slide the black one up to the blue one? And that's no, because if I look, E's over here. If I slide it up, E is still going to be over here, and E prime needs to be on the right. So it's not a slide. It can't be a slide. So it's not a translation. Slides don't work, so it's not a translation. Is it a reflection? Can I flip CDE so it lines up to C prime, D prime, E prime? Well, if I flip it, E prime will have to either be on the blue line or the green line. It's not. So we know it's not a reflection, because if I flip over the y-axis, or I give it a vertical flip, E will still be someplace on this line. E prime will be on this line. If I give it a horizontal reflection, I flip it this way, E would be over here, but not up here. So it's not a reflection. That means it is some kind of rotation. It's not a translation. It didn't slide. It didn't flip. So we know it's some kind of rotation. So we need to figure out how much are we going to turn CDE to get it onto C prime, D prime, E prime. Well, if we turn it 90 degrees, E will go one quadrant up. This is a 90 degrees clockwise turn. So I'm down here in quadrant number 3. A 90 degrees clockwise turn will take it up to quadrant 2. Well, we're not in quadrant 2. Same with the D, by the way. I would be right here on this. I would rotate one line. Well, I've got to rotate it again. So 2 90-degree rotations. A 90-degree rotation takes it to a different quadrant every time. So I did a 90 and a 90, which is a 180-degree rotation. So every time I rotate a figure 90 degrees, it goes to a different quadrant. So 90 and 90. How about this one? Can I transform what is used to transform FGH right here in black to F prime, G prime, H prime? I check, is it a translation? Can I slide the black one over so it's on the right, the blue one? And that answer is no, because here's F prime. So if I slide the F, so F lines up with F prime, G is not on top of G prime, and H is not on top of H prime. So it's not a translation. I can't slide. Well, can I reflect? Can I take the black one and flip it over onto the blue one? Yes, I can. So what I need to do is I'm going to flip it like this. I need to find the line that is halfway between F and F prime. And it's that line right there. It only crosses X. It crosses X at -1. So I'm going to do a reflection over the line X equals -1. That would be my answer. I'm going to reflect over the line X equals -1, because I'm going to take the black shape, I'm going to flip it right over the yellow line, and it will line up on the blue shape. Notice when I start, my thumb is over here on the left. When I flip it, my thumb ends up over here on the right. So we change places. How do I map GHI onto G prime, H prime, I prime? Well, I asked first, is it a translation? Can I slide the black one down to the blue one? Can I just do a slide? Nah, it's not a translation. So I'm going to, can I flip it? Can I reflect it? That's what I like to ask for next. Can I flip it down? And if I flip it, H would be down here someplace, and that doesn't line up. So this has to be a rotation. So G has to rotate. We are in quadrant 3. I want it in the quadrant right next to it. That is a 90-degree rotation. Changing one quadrant is a 90-degree rotation. Notice, boom, we changed one quadrant. It's 90 degrees counterclockwise. The counterclockwise is because I went against the clock. I started at 9 o'clock. I went to about 6 o'clock, or started at 8:45 and I went to 5:45. That is a counterclockwise rotation. Okay, I would like you to name the transformation. Choose the best transformation name to get UVWX onto U prime, V prime, W prime, X prime. Name the transformation that maps JKL onto J prime, K prime, L prime. Which transformation maps WXYZ, the black one, onto W prime, X prime, Y prime, Z prime, the blue one? Which transformation maps VWXY onto V prime, W prime, X prime, Y prime? Name the transformation. Choose the best name. So tell me the name of the 3 rigid transformations and describe each one. Use complete sentences in your answers. Make sure that you like and subscribe because it really does help out the metrics of this video. And if you have any questions, I will gladly answer them. And Patriots, I will see you when I see you.